Welcome to Chopping It Up with Smiley. I'm your host, Smiley, your local PhD from Smiley's Hair Clinic in Tucker, Georgia. For those of you who are watching for the first time, in this podcast, we cut through the trends, the myths, and the noise in the hair industry. From healthy hair tips and hair loss solutions to growth, breakthroughs, and the business side of beauty, we talk about it all. Each week, I sit down with licensed professional, industry experts, and everyday people with real hair journeys to share. Together, we'll uncover stories, science, and strategies that keep our crowns strong and our businesses thriving. Today's episode is powered by Sheempowerment, the all media empowerment network that's all about spotlighting your story and building bold brands. Whether you're chasing visibility, credibility, or creativity, Sheempowerment is your go-to hub for media, branding, and amplifying voices that need to be heard. Just like we believe in healthy hair and thriving businesses, Sheempowerment believes in elevating you, helping your brand shine bright from the inside out. So go to sheempowerment.org for more information. Today's episode is Behind the Hair Loss Epidemic, Stylists, Clients, and Culture. My panel guests are Edwina Johnson, the creator of Style Track and Brushing Up Consulting Co. from Tucker, Georgia, with over 30 years as a cosmetologist, platform artist, educator, and more. I also have Tamika Murphy of Trinity Styles in Mobile, Alabama, 25 plus years as a cosmetologist, educator, custom unit maker, mentor, and more. And then there's Mosherie Murray, owner of La Pearls Restoration Center in Conyers, Georgia, with over 25 years cosmetology experience, 9 years as a trichologist, educator, platform artist, and more. And last but not least, we have Dr. Akita Evans, Medical Director of Health E Medical Center in Tucker, Georgia, practicing medicine for over 15 years. She's a primary care doctor, certified in family medicine, and also additional training in functional medicine, which is the root cause medicine. Now grab your combs, your questions, and your curiosity because we're about to chop it up. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Now, ladies, hello.
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 All right, so we're ready to get it started here, huh? We're talking about industry evolution and generational shifts, y'all. So over the past 15 to 20 years, we've had some major changes in the beauty industry as far as stylists and the salon environment. How do each of you, or can each of you tell me how you personally see the roles change in a stylist in the salon? And Dr. Evans, as a consumer, you can tell us how you've noticed a change being a client in a salon. So let's say, Edwina, how you feel about the changes in the roles? Or what have you seen over the past 15, 20 years?
I'm sorry, my mic was muted. I feel that there has been a major shift. I see that stylists are more about the money than really tending to the client and their hair care. The customer service is, and I know this from my own experience because I would like to be a client of a stylist, and I visited quite a few salons and it just blew me away. So there is a definite shift in the industry now. It's crazy.
What do you think, Mika?
It's a big difference in the industry, especially where I'm from. We have a lot of young entrepreneurs want to skip to being a boss without doing the work. Everybody wants a title without the work. And I feel like that's the biggest issue in my area. Nobody wants to humble themselves and start. Like when we were coming out, we were shampoo techs first. We got experience in working in the salon, seeing how it go, observing customer service. And we're missing a lot of that in the industry now.
Oh, I totally agree with that. 100%.
For me, what I see is there's definitely a lack of integrity. Nobody wants to focus on, let me make sure that I'm taking care of the client's scalp. The hair, all they want to do is go in and style the hair. Now you have everybody saying, hey, come in already shampooed. So there's not any type of hair care or scalp care going on right now in the industry, because everything is like, again, the microwave came out and it seems like they're throwing everything into the microwave.
Yeah, yeah. I agree with all of y'all totally. What do you think, Dr. Evans, being a client?
She can't hear you.
I don't know. Dr. Evans?
Okay, yes. One thing that I've noticed as a consumer in the hair industry, I have a daughter who's 8 years old. And I
Mm-hmm.
remember when I was young going to get my hair done, I remember the stylist insisting on my ends being trimmed. And
Mm-hmm.
so a couple of Easters ago, I said, I'm going to take her to the salon, let her get her hair done. And it was a natural style, but she's not used to having, like, I don't put heat in her hair. So I was
Okay.
asking the stylist, like, if you're going to put heat in it, can you trim her hair? And it was
Mm-hmm.
not done. And so to me, that
Mm,
was like a big marker of like not as much concern about the health of her hair, but just the
right.
appearance of it. So I didn't
Mhm.
take her back.
Yeah. I noticed that I seem like stylists, they don't communicate with the client like they used to. Like, not only consultations, because that's a big thing we as stylists do. I see that younger stylists, they don't do the consultation. They just want to know what's the style that you want. I'm gonna make the style happen. I'm gonna make you look beautiful, not thinking about anything else underneath that's going on. Yeah. Why do y'all think that they shy away from basic but important services like shampooing when us older style, long-term stylists, we think that scalp and hair health is very important? Why do you think that they're saying, oh, you got to come with your hair already shampooed, or your a la carte and all their services and things like? Why do any of y'all can say that? Why do you think so?
Well, for me, it's going to always boil down to the money because, they don't take our industry very serious. It's just a quick way to make some money so they can do whatever they want to do. But I mean, for the life of me,
Yeah.
the foundation is a thorough shampoo and conditioning because it's like I feel like they're giving their client a disservice when they tell them to come to the shop with their
Mm-hmm.
hair already clean. Number one, it's like
Right.
you don't even know what type of shampoo that they're using on their hair or conditioner or products for you to tell them to
Right.
come in with their hair already shampooed. I mean,
Mhm.
that's
Mm-hmm.
that's cosmetology 101. So for the life
Exactly.
of me, I really don't understand it. I for the life
And
of
one
me.
thing, I'm a stylist who believes in systems, and
Exactly.
it's like even when we were younger and systems weren't that big of a deal, but I would tell them whatever shampoo you're using, you got to use the same conditioner that goes with it. You have to use the same
Exactly.
products that go with it because these things are all made to work together. So if they come in
Exactly.
with their hair already shampooed and you just adding other stuff to the hair to style it with, you don't even know what, like you said, you don't know what they've done. But there was a time when people would come in the salon and say, I already shampooed my hair. You say, okay, but I'm going to shampoo it again anyway.
Right.
Like, what is that? So I don't know. That stumped me with the shampoo your hair before you come, you know.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
you
Um,
that's crazy.
Yeah, you'd also too. You have those clients that come in, and I call it a bag of tricks because they come in with this shampoo, this conditioner, this oil, this, and this that. And the
right.
first thing I tell them, I said, listen, I don't do bags of tricks. That's number one, and number two, you know, you have to know why you're using what you're using. So what I do is I go in the bag and I pull out everything and I ask them, so why are you using this? Well, and okay, but why are you using this? So I want them to understand while they're using what they're using. And when I break it down to them, and then I also go in with my knowledge of product knowledge, and that is something that hair school does not teach you product knowledge. That's
Right.
number one. And I think there's a fault in that. They just teach you, oh, this is the products that the school is using, and the students do not take time out to really figure out and look at the hair feel the hair before using products, during products, after the products. You have to take the time out to do that so you'll know if that product you're using is beneficial to that particular client. So that's why there's so many things going on with clients' hair. A lot of times the stylists don't know how to rinse well. So when you don't rinse product, you use a lot of product, but don't rinse it well. What happens is now you have residue. So when you drying it, there's flakes and everything all over their clothes. And the first thing they want to assume is, oh, I've had dandruff all my life. No, you've had a bad rinsing all your life. Because again, you rinse the scalp well, you won't have those issues. So again, it goes into the integrity of the stylist, that is doing it as well as themselves.
Yeah. So when you mentioned beauty schools, you think about how they prepare us in school. What they do when we go to beauty school, we learn the basics to everything, but their main concern is to learn chemistry, bacteriology, anatomy, trichology, the
sterilization,
the sterilization, things like that, and OSHA and all that stuff. So that's what you really go to beauty school for. The styling part and all that stuff like that is really what you learn after you leave there. You go and you take classes that advanced training on products and hair cutting and sew-ins and whatever technique you really want to learn about and stuff like that. So that's where it used to be. I don't know. I haven't been to beauty school in a long time, but my daughter went. Let me see. She's been out of beauty school probably about 5 years or so. She's been in beauty school before COVID, I think. And only thing I noticed that I didn't like that she didn't know how to use a Marcel iron. She didn't know how to use the stove. She didn't know how to use the pressing comb. Everything was plug-ins, ceramics, flat irons, all that stuff. That was the only thing I didn't like that she learned in beauty school. But I don't know if they're still training them the same way that they used to, as far as making them do all the real basics. And then what Mika said about when you get out of beauty school, you had to go and apprentice or work under somebody for a certain amount of time before you was allowed. Because in Boston, you didn't even get your Class A license for a year. You had to work in a beauty salon under someone for 1 year and show proof of all that you did it before you got your master license. So you couldn't come out of beauty school and go open up a beauty salon or go work in a suite and go do whatever you wanted to do, because you had to learn. But they're not learning anymore. Like she said, they're coming out of beauty school thinking, I'm about to be one. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I call a misconception. Maybe they are maybe they are teaching differently now. You know what I mean? I haven't visited a beauty school to kind of get a feel, but some of the things that I've heard them say, I'm like, that is so different, because when we were in school, they were not playing with us a little bit. I was afraid to do certain things, and they made me do it over and over and over and over.
Mm-hmm.
And really, as a student, you have such a misconception. When you get out of school, and it's so far from the truth, it's unbelievable, because like I think Mosheri was saying, or was that Mika saying that they want to run first before they walk? Like it takes time. I was going to say this right here. I don't even think, to me, it seems like they're not really into building a clientele. It's like, I just want you to come in. I want to get my money at that point, and I don't care if you don't come back. That's kind of.
I don't care if you like it.
Yes, it don't matter.
Right.
Yes.
But
they don't care how they put it in. As long as it looks cute when they leave, they don't care.
I'm gonna tell y'all, the first thing for me is, whenever I tell my clients, whenever you go somewhere, if you can't get to me, what I tell them is, make sure you see them pull a clean comb out of a clean container. Sanitation, sterilization, that is like the ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. But how many places do you go and you see them use the same comb on everybody all day? These braid shops, they're using the same comb on everyone all day long. They are not cleaning. You're not cleaning your tools. So if you're not cleaning your tools, you have so many people with different things on their scalp. Again, those people who shampoo their hair at home might have eczema, might have psoriasis. on the scalp, even wingworm on the scalp, yeast infection on the scalp.
Yes.
Yet
Yes.
still, they're using this same comb on everyone all day. These YouTube university students who decide
Wait, don't go too far ahead. Don't go too far ahead. Because we
well,
gotta get there.
again,
We're gonna get there in
this
just
is
a
what
minute. We're gonna get there in just a minute.
this is
Because
what the
you're right.
industry is turning into, because when you, like Mika said, start out under someone who has some years experience. Let me show you the basics once you get out of hair school. Let me show you how you build on a clientele. It first starts with the conversation. If your client knows you know what you're talking about, you can be a bad stylist, but if they know that you care about their hair, they're gonna want to try and give you a chance. They want to try and stay with you. So even when I go to the hair school and I teach trichology, I'm telling y'all, out of a class of like 30, 3 of them are saying, "Oh, I'm about to get me a hair salon. I'm about to open up a hair salon." And I said, "Well, what do you know? Where have you worked? I mean, have you even worked at McDonald's?" Because again, you have to learn customer service. That is
Customer
the
service.
first thing.
Yes.
It's customer service. Even McDonald's, they tell you, smile when people are coming in the door, greet people. You got a stylist, you walk in there, they looking at you like
these young folks,
you got
not
boo-boo
even
on
just
your face.
hairstylists. These young folks that not even just hairstylists, all across the board, they're not learning customer service and things like that. That's anywhere I go, I'm so upset when I leave because every time I go in there, they don't know how to talk to you. They don't know how to look at you. Everything is, they do it so much on social media. They don't even know how to communicate or socialize with people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we got to keep moving because we're going to run out of time, y'all. We got to talk about the client's expectations that shifted during this same period, like them learning hair services on social media, quick trends. Do we think the recession in 2007 or COVID-19 had in 2020 had anything to do with why a lot of clients are doing their own hair or learning online as opposed to coming into a beauty salon? Let me know what your thoughts are on that.
Mika.
In my experience for COVID, experiencing COVID, it did force a lot of clients into self-care of their hair, especially as a stylist. If we didn't make ourselves accessible to our clients during that period of time, it put them in a
Yes.
bad position. And so therefore, when they came back, when the world was back open and ready, we had to go back and fix a lot of things. Not for me, it wasn't as hard as it might have been for some stylists only
Okay.
because I'm always an educator behind the chair with my clientele. I
Mm-hmm.
do that because I've always built my clientele as I'm a single parent. And so anything could happen when it comes to my children. So I'm going to prepare you to know what to do, what not to do, what to use, how to use it, things of that nature in order for them to be prepared and self-sufficient to know how to take care of their hair. And knowing if they had to go to somebody else, just like she said, using clean combs and sanitation, knowing what's right and what's wrong. So you're accountable for sitting in that chair at that moment. So that's just something that I have positioned myself to do with my clients throughout the years to make it a little easier for me and somebody else that has to go behind me and style them.
Okay. Yeah.
Well,
I think I saw in '07 a lot of people lost their jobs and stuff with the recession, and that was one big change. I think the only thing that kept me alive really was that I specialized in hair replacement and hair loss, and my clients just couldn't go get in anybody's chair. So the ones who stayed on all the way were people that were dealing with hair loss issues, because that back then it wasn't such a known about thing that they could just go anywhere and try to get it done. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
stuff on
and two.
YouTube trying to find their way. In the '07, honestly, I think it was the $50 weave shops that came up everywhere. Yeah, they came up, and then so people started going there and not realizing the damage that was causing. And I ain't even gonna get into that. That's a long talk right there. So we're gonna keep it moving.
Yeah, that is a
Many
long
clients are no, it is. I mean, we could talk about this all day as far as clients and YouTube and stuff. How can we as stylists respectfully re-educate the clients who come in with this misinformation? How can we get them out of looking on social media or looking for quick ways to do their own hair and let them learn to trust their stylists again and come back to us?
I'm gonna tell you one thing my pastor said in church. He said, we got to continue to stand on business.
That's
Stand
right.
on business. Stand on if your business and your integrity comes with your business, stand on business. This is what I do here. I don't do those type of things. So if those are the services that you want that takes away from my integrity of my business, then I will not be able to service you. You're not ready for me to service you. So we got to continue to stand on business, because eventually, with all this hair loss going on and the misconduct of hairstyling, they're going to eventually come and see me as a trichologist and hair replacement. Smiley, they're going to come and see you. Edwina, they're going to come and see you, because they've now gotten to the point where their hair cannot even be repaired. So now we have to talk to them on a whole nother level. And also, with a doctor. Now we got to refer them out to a doctor. It's not just the hair. Something's going on with your body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mika, what are some of the main causes of the increase in hair loss cases that you're seeing today?
Medication, vitamin D deficiency, um, poor circulation, and improper
Now
hair care.
Now you're talking. That's Dr. Evans right there. We had a long conversation about that.
Yeah.
You want to talk a little bit about it, Dr. Evans?
One thing that was exciting me about the list you gave is there's something we can do about all those things.
Okay.
Identifying the root cause, vitamin D, we can supplement, go spend some time in the sun. Poor circulation, we can address that. Inflammation, so that's very exciting. And I think that the partnership is really key to identifying the root cause and addressing it from the root, from the inside out and from the outside in. So yeah, partnership.
And one thing I like about Dr. Evans is she will try a natural way first before having to give you medication. You know what I'm saying? She really wants to know how can she help you on a healthy level, you know what I'm saying, without you just jumping into meds all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and if meds are needed,
what do you
can
think,
we do it for short term?
Right. That's perfect. Yeah. And when you got any thoughts on it?
It's such a broad. It's so broad, but
it is.
It really is so much. It's so much. You got heredity, you got the environment, you got people smoking, secondhand smoke. It's just so much stuff. It's your diet. Some people, you want to lose weight. And then you decide that you want to change your diet, but you're not understanding that you changing your diet does have an adverse effect on your hair, how your hair's going to act. Hormones.
That's right.
Yes, hormones, age.
Yes, hormones. It's just so much. Shamika, age, absolutely. Age has a lot to do with that. I did a whole segment on so many different things about hair loss. Things that contribute to hair loss. So it's not one thing. So I think that
okay. So now we've talked about all of these internal reasons. How are stylists unintentionally contributing to hair loss, whether through improper chemical services, tight styles, or simply ignoring root causes? Like and the new thing, the putting the adhesive all over the top of the head.
Oh my God.
That is really, really driving me insane.
Yes. Well, I think in that aspect, as far as the client, the consumer, they don't know.
Right.
Some of them don't even know. Some of them don't even know that the person that they're going to is not licensed, because you don't look for a license when they come in. You just refer to this person. This person did a good job, and you're just gonna go to them word of mouth, but you don't know that. A lot of times they're getting the braids, which is really putting a lot of tension on their hair, and it's really affecting hair trends. Go ahead. What you was about to say, Smiley? Oh, I thought somebody was saying something.
I didn't want to cut you off. I'm sorry. No, there's some people though that are licensed, but because they haven't taken gotten the proper education on how to do hair replacement or deal with hair loss services as an advanced type of training, then they don't know what they. And so somebody say, "Oh yeah, I do hair replacement." Hair replacement is all types of things. There's sewing is considered hair replacement. Integrations is hair replacement. There's all these different quick weaves is hair replacement because it's replacing the hair. But when people come, they need to understand what type of hair replacement are they coming there for, and which type do you specialize in? Do you understand all of these different things that go with it, or you know? I'm not gonna. I had one guy call me on the phone. He said, "Huh."
No. Go ahead with your conversation because I have to say it when it's on my mind. But go ahead. I'm gonna keep remembering it.
Right. Go ahead, say it.
No. Talk about the guy.
No, there was a guy who came in the salon or called the salon, and this is a few years ago, and he says that he got a hair replacement and that he just came to Atlanta. You know, he was like, I just found out I need a stylist that could fix it for me. And I was like, what's wrong with it? He said, I was playing basketball and I was sweating and I scratched and a chunk of it came off. And I kept saying, what you mean a chunk came off? A hair replacement is one piece. You know what I'm saying? He's like, well, I don't know. All I know is I scratched off a chunk. I need to get it fixed. Girl, this was my first time seeing this. And this is when he came. And when I saw it, it was where they put the glue on. They glued the little pieces of hair strips down.
Oh, yeah.
So when he sweat and he scratched a chunk of that sucker out. And I was like, oh, baby, this is not
my God.
I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like, I can tell you, I can show you what we can do, but it ain't going to be that. Like, you know what I'm saying? But that was the first time I saw that. And I was shocked, y'all. I was so shocked. But
yeah, they just don't. They just don't know. Yeah, they don't know.
So Dr. Evans, go ahead. They don't know. You said, go ahead. I'm sorry. I cut you off again.
I forgot what I was going to say, right?
I'm sorry.
But I mean, the bottom line is clients don't, it goes back to them not knowing, because if I walk into a salon, you have got to give me a consultation. I don't like to let stylists know that I'm a hairstylist, but they skip all of that. And it's like, I have to tell them what to put on my hair. It's like, it's ridiculous. Consultation. Why are you using that shampoo on me? You didn't even give me a consultation to even know. Clients, customers, run. Right. Please run.
Run. Right. She didn't even open up your hair and look at your scalp.
She did not.
No scalp analysis at all.
That's a whole nother story. I wasn't acknowledged at the door. I made my appointment a week ago. They told me I was going to be considered a walk-in. Really? Then they just took me straight to the shampoo bowl. And I was like, are you serious? Is this what's happening right now? No conversation about how I wanted my hair to be. Nothing. It was terrible.
Last week when me and Smiley was on last week and we were talking, I said, your products, you have to look at the scalp. Even if you do a consultation, great. Because again, their consultation will tell you some things too. They don't really know. They don't really know. All they know is this is what I have to use.
The stylist has a responsibility. They should
absolutely.
You should be you should be taking classes, learning about the products, how they're going to benefit you and your client to get that end result. You missing out on that. Don't give me no different types of
products. But that information right there is not being taught in the schools anymore. So they getting out of school and they don't understand the value of being knowledgeable as a cosmetologist. They're just stylists. They just want to style your hair and get the money. They're not professionals, and that's where we're losing. Nobody wants to be a professional anymore.
You know, everybody run into sweets. Right. They're doing themselves a disservice.
Right, because they don't want to use products. And like I said again, when you look at the scalp is going to tell you what products, what shampoo you're going to use first. The scalp. So if that scalp is looking dry, then you need to be using a shampoo that's geared towards dry hair, because the components that are inside of that shampoo are going to address the dry hair. If you have a client with the oily scalp, if you have a client with psoriasis, eczema, seborrheic dermatitis, though they cannot use regular shampoos because they have a scalp disease, a disorder. So they have to use products that are geared towards helping those disorders. When you wind up using other products on that scalp, now you're causing more irritation. You can cause more inflammation. Inflammation, can be on the scalp, guys.
All right, look, we're running out of time. Dr. Evans, I want to ask you this one question, y'all. We're gonna have to make a part 2 next week because
It's too
we
much.
didn't even get to the hair loss and everything.
We need an hour.
But Dr. Evans,
Yes.
do you think more licensed cosmetologists and barbers should be trained to recognize medical or metabolic contributors to hair loss and learn when to refer clients to doctors and trichologists? Dr. Evans, that's for you.
Yeah, that would be good. Yes, I agree with that because a lot of times, you may have more contact with people than I do. A lot of times people may not be coming in for their physicals and may not be being screened properly. But if they're seeing stylists, licensed cosmetologists, and barbers, they can be getting catch in the community, and that can increase screening and awareness. So that partnership would be great.
Yeah. I hate to say it, y'all, but we have run out of time. We can talk about this for hours. There's so much that needs to be put in our industry. But I want to thank you ladies for jumping on this panel with me. I think if my people will allow, we will continue this next week and start off with hair loss and go into the deeper things about hair loss. If you guys are available, I would love you guys to join me. Shamika, give your contact info.
Mika Murphy on Instagram, MEKKAMURPHY on Instagram and Facebook.
Edwina, give him your information.
Right now, everything is under Edwina Living Basic on all platforms, but that is definitely going to change shortly. We're brushing up.
All right, Dr. Evans.
Dr. Akita Evans on Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah.
And I am Mo Cherie Murray at Pearls Hair Restoration Center, and I am located in Kanye. So on IG, I am Pearls Hair Restoration Center.
Thank you.
Okay,
again.
so Smiley,
you can
before
find
we
me
go,
at Smiley's Hair Clinic. You can find me at Smiley's Hair Clinic on all social media platforms and on the web at www.smileyshairclinic.com. And again, this episode was brought to you by She Empowerment, where your story meets the spotlight, media branding, and empowerment, all designed to make your brand shine inside and out. And you can find them at sheempowerment.org. And that's a wrap on Chopping Up with Smiley. Stay tuned for more real talk on healthy hair loss solutions, growth tips, and business of the beauty. We will see you next week. Same time, same place, so we can chop it up. And as we say, have a smiley day.